Hey everybody, Dominic Miranda, and this man needs no introduction, Dave Calabro here beside me. We are in the confines, the friendly confines of Channel 13, where Dave has spent the past 32 years of his career.
Dude, why do you have to call me old?
And where it's finally
Can you believe that?
coming to a close, the end of an era, and we just wanted to hop on here and give Dave the opportunity to go through
You want me to cry, right?
all the different... You don't
Should
have
I
to
cry?
You know, he's not an emotional guy. You're just kidding. But he has so many stories, and we've talked about it so much off the camera, that wanted to be able to have a space to share these, because truly your career has been really, really cool. So just open up, man. It's coming to a close.
Yeah.
And everybody's sad to see you go, but
Come on.
you're at peace. And just what's this whole process been like?
Well, it's been surreal. I want to first apologize to all you and to Channel 13 people. I announced my retirement back in June because I needed to get it off my chest. I'm an emotional person, and my wife was getting tired of me talking about it. And my wife told me, hey, look, you realize if you announce it in June, you're going to have to, talk about it for 6 months. And I was like, people won't care. But, man, you guys rocked it. So thank you to all these schools and all the cool things they did on Friday nights for me. Here at Channel 13, all the cool well wishes. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But it's time to wrap it up. Yeah, 32 years here. I came here when I was 29. I'm 62, so I spent almost my entire life here,
Life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so many, I mean, you said 7 Olympics?
Yeah, I did 7 Olympics. I did 6 Super Bowls. I did World Series.
All-Star games.
All-Star games. When I watched the Colts go from
The transformation of Indianapolis.
really suck. Yeah, the transformation of our city. Yeah. I mean, when I first got here, the Colts were 1992. Go look at the history books, mediocre at best. And people went to the game and they read the newspaper during the game. I'd see people at the 50-yard line down there reading the Sunday, back when a newspaper is what you used to read.
Yeah, right.
Young people.
Not online.
Yeah, so they would read the paper, and then, Jim Harbaugh had success. We had the Jim Harbaugh show on Channel 13, which was really cool. We did the Reggie Miller show. Those shows would air on Saturday nights, and I would co-host with the athletes to get them comfortable.
Gave Pat McAfee his start.
Pat McAfee.
Unofficially, right?
Well, he did a thing with the Indianapolis Star, and we kind of just blew it up and put him on TV, and that was hilarious.
Yeah. Seems like it worked out.
Because Pat McAfee, Pat texted me and a couple other guys 2 weeks before he was going to retire. He's like, hey, I'm going to retire from the Colts. I'm like, dude, you're making $3 million to punt a ball. Don't give that job up. Right. I'm like, dad advice here. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And here he is now making, what, $25
million?
More than that, So, Pat, sorry I gave you bad advice there.
But, you mentioned it too. The Jim Harbaugh show, the Reggie Miller show.
Yeah.
I mean, and this isn't to make Dave sound old, because I want it on record.
Ooh, I'm
62 old. Is not old.
Old, dude.
It's not old. But truly, the prime of local television and the amount of success the Colts had, the Pacers had, like you said, the way Indianapolis has grown.
Yeah.
What sticks out to you? I mean, again, this is long form. You can go as long as you want, but there's so many cool things.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to pick a category. Like the Colts, for example, I remember the whole idea they started talking about, we need to have another stadium, and if we built a stadium, we could host a Super Bowl. And everybody was laughing, yeah, come on, man.
Right.
Indianapolis, it's freaking snowing here in the middle. We're not going to host a Super Bowl, and our team's pretty average. We don't need a new stadium. Yeah. And then Peyton Manning came around, and Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, and go down the list of this squad, and then they started winning, and then they finally figured out a way to beat Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. And the next thing you know, hey, we're downtown digging a hole for a stadium with Peyton Manning. I'll never forget that day, being out back. Peyton's like, we're going to have the stadium go this way because the sunlight will come in this way for the visiting team. And, they're having all these discussions about. Yeah, so to watch that come to fruition and then watch Indianapolis rise to the occasion and host the Super Bowl. I mean, I grew up at 10th and Girls School, 7 miles from Channel 13, and I remember being a kid going downtown with your parents, and literally it's like, all right, hold each other's hands, look straight ahead. We're going to go to Ayers and do our Christmas shopping, and then we're going to scramble back to the west. Downtown was Indianapolis knows Indy no place,
I see. Okay.
That's what Indianapolis was called, Indy no place. So to watch that change, and then you had the Pacers and Reggie Miller and these guys and the squad they put together, and next thing I know, I'm down there talking to Shaq and Kobe and the Pacers and Lakers in the 2000 finals, which the Pacers came so close to getting a title, which is a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
And then all those great games with Michael Jordan. I remember being here one Sunday afternoon, or one Saturday, and Michael Jordan had retired. Right. Remember that?
Yes. Well.
Remember that? You read about it, right?
Right,
oh,
right.
geez, I am really old. So Michael Jordan had retired from this incredible basketball career, played baseball, and then these rumors that he was going to come back and play hoops. Mm-hmm. Well, a buddy of mine called me who worked at Market Square Arena, that's our old arena, and said, hey, Michael Jordan's coming out of retirement Sunday in Indianapolis. I'm like, you're full of crap. So the Bulls were coming into town for a game, and this is pre-cell phone and computers and all. So we went down to the arena and went in the back door, and sure enough, there was MJ warming up. And sure enough, he made his debut, Google it, against the Pacers on Channel 13. It was wild.
That is insane.
And we did all of our shows from down there. Breaking news, So, yeah, it was some cool memories.
I was just going to say, it's just the way, and this is a relationship business, right?
Yeah.
And I think what sets you apart and what everybody has said in the 6 months that's led to this moment is the way you were able to foster those relationships with athletes, with coaches, with owners, and they knew who you were, they knew you'd treat them fairly, but just how important was that to you?
Yeah, I've always
set you apart.
Yeah, well, I've always been a relationship guy. I don't care if you're I know the guy that picks up the trash at my house.
Right, yeah.
He's the same dude who's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I learned that a long time ago when I got into business that, sorry, I'm really dry. I have allergies.
Oh, I see.
It's killing me right now. So just treating people the right way, and my parents were that way. My dad didn't care if you were, what line of work you were in. My father treated you the same way. That's how I was raised. So I always just went after athletes. I don't care if you were paid. Yeah, sure, you were kind of, oh my gosh, it's Peyton Manning, and that's Andrew Luck, and that's Reggie Miller, but once you get to know them and you stand there at their locker and watch them take a shower and you stand there waiting.
They're just people.
Yeah,
right?
They're drying off towels. They're standing there in all their glory, and you're like, we're all the same human beings here. He just gets paid a lot of money to hoop and ball. So I've always just tried to approach it that way.
Yeah, and this is...
And to not to be afraid to ask guys tough questions
Right.
and go, you know what, if like Tony Stewart got mad at me because I called him out one time because he punched a photographer, allegedly. And he got really mad at me, and I said, look, my job's not to sell Home Depot jackets.
Right.
I'm a journalist, and I'm supposed to report what I see. Yes, I want to have a relationship with you, but if you can't respect me, then what's the point?
Right.
But he and I have come full circle.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think that's so cool, and the way
Yeah.
TV has shifted too. You've been having
Oh,
a
yeah.
row seat to that.
Yeah.
And just the access you were given, especially in the early 2000s,
Oh,
late
man.
1990s. Just that shift. What was that like for you? But how fun did that make this job also when you had those relationships and had that access?
So when the Colts, here's how different it is. When the Colts made the playoffs in '95 and went to the AFC Championship game, when things really changed in town here, we were live in the team hotel the night before the game. These days, you couldn't even get near the hotel. I went to dinner with Jim Harbaugh and Tony Saragusa, the two stars of the team, the night before the AFC Championship game.
Just think about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's changed so much. When I traveled with the Bengals back in the early '80s, same deal. We flew on the team charter. That stuff doesn't happen. I used to be able to get on the sidelines. Locker room access is totally different now. I mean, there's still time to talk to guys, but not like it used to be. And athletes have become much more guarded because there's so much, social media, and everybody's always got their phone out and doing this, Yeah. And that's the thing I really miss is people just being in the moment and doing what we're doing, having a conversation instead of going, oh, hang on a minute here, I I got a Snapchat, Instagram, you know what I mean?
Snap face, like Bill Belichick.
Snap face, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of talked about memories, and if
Yeah.
a memory comes up, please share, because the stories Dave has are second to none. That's what I love hearing. I know you say, well, you probably heard this a million times, but I personally love it. But going back to the people here at Channel 13, what I like is people like you and Chuck Lofton and Anne Marie Tiernan, okay, and Scott Swan. Those are people who they've grown accustomed to, they're comfortable with, right? And your personality shows through the screen, okay? What did that mean to you to have like that stability, those type of people? And it seems like the people who went through Channel 13 were those types of people. How did that make your job easier? How did you enjoy that? You've seen it change throughout the years, but is that why you wanted to stay in the
this place has always been like a big family. You know what I mean? You spend so much time together. I spent more time here than a lot of time with my kids. I mean, that's the fact of life in this industry. And in the early days, you're grinding a lot. So I had chances to go to other places and do bigger, better things. But I love Indianapolis. It's my hometown. I didn't want more. Being able to go home at nighttime to see my kids was important. In between the 6 and the 11 p.m. show. And yeah, Chuck, Bob Gregory, going back in time, and Ann Ryder, just great people that I enjoyed working with that kind of set the trend here, and to be a part of this whole Channel 13 ride. When I got here, we were I joked, we were in 9th place out of 3 stations. And now we've been number 1 for, 25 years, 30 years. It's been a fun journey to watch this thing take off. Yeah. And just be a little part of it.
A big part of it.
Yeah, a little part of it.
You're an institution,
man.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Old,
right. But, I don't know, Dave. I want this to be yours. What is it? Anyone who's watching this, I don't know who's going to watch this. Maybe 0 people will watch this.
I know who's going to watch this.
But what do you want to say? I mean, it's 32 years, but I know we've talked about it a lot off camera again, but there's just been so many memories, many core things that have happened.
I have a lifetime of memories, and I just thank you for, again, letting me come into your home, and to be a part of this has been just cool, and to share the stories behind the headlines, which was always kind of my goal. Give you something different, and hopefully you learned something, had a few laughs. Sports is the toy box.
Right. Yes, it is.
These people doing news, man, that's a whole different world. We work in the spoiled toy department.
That's so true.
And I always try to keep that in perspective.
Yeah. Well, who's the coolest person has reached out to you in these last?
Oh man, it's been wild. I've got
your phone's blowing up.
I know. I got a cool letter from Peyton Manning. Handwritten letter from Peyton with some funny things in there. Mario and AJ Foyt, and those are some of my childhood idols. That was cool. Andrew Luck. Jim Irsay, just a bunch of people, and then all kinds of just random people I've met through the years local, which is, I love to hear from all these people. So everywhere I go, people are like, hey, happy retirement, what are you going to do? I'm going to go play, enjoy some time with my wife, Lisa.
Well, you certainly deserve it.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You talked about the story behind the story. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've covered a ton of breaking news here. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You talked about the Colts.
Tornadoes.
The new stadium, right. Yeah. The new stadium, Andrew Luck retiring on a whim, okay? The list goes on and on.
Can I tell the Andrew Luck story?
You can tell the
Should we tell it?
story. Well, after that, though, any breaking news that people are like, oh, I'll remember. I'll remember the Andrew Luck thing forever.
Yeah.
Just like where I was when that happened.
So
but if something led up to that people maybe don't know.
Well, I was
tell that Andrew Luck story.
Yeah, I was with Andrew Luck. We did during the summer, he and I would do his what was it called? Andrew Luck's Riley Hospital. We'd go to stadiums and put on football clinics with kids. And I did that 3 years with him. And I'd interviewed him like 3 days before what happened. So I was at Conner Prairie with my wife and our small group. There were about 6 of us, and there was a Yacht Rock review. We were on the dance floor, and I always have my cell phone with me. In our business, you got it. And my wife, I said, tonight I'm leaving my cell phone behind. We're gonna have a date tonight.
Love that.
So we were on the dance floor with my wife, who loves to dance, and next thing I know, her phone's ringing, and she looks at me with a panicked look in her eye, and she's shoving her cell phone on my face in the dance floor, which is not my wife. And it's one of my sons texting, are you watching this Andrew Luck news? And I'm like, no. I don't know. I'm drinking bourbon and dancing with my wife.
As you should be.
So I looked at it, grabbed my buddy's phone and confirmed on his Twitter, and went, oh boy, and my heart. And I took I had a lay wearing one of those lays, so I took the lay off, and I was wearing flip-flops and shorts, and I went and got in my car and called my boss and said, hey, I'm driving downtown, next thing you know, I was live on Channel 13.
Speed, most likely.
Yeah, I did speed. Sorry.
Had to. Gotta do what you gotta
I parked on a curb downtown in some Indianapolis Police Department,
Okay,
IPD guy.
do. Just stuck that.
IMS is in my Indianapolis
Right.
Motor Speed. I parked on a curb and this cop walked up. Oh, hey, Dave. Yes, I got Andrew Luck. So anyway, we were live on television in the next 20. Also covering the brawl when the Pacers had the brawl in Detroit.
Right.
That was a
Yes.
wild ride. That's a story that lasted forever. I would like to block that out of my memory because it was just like ridiculous.
A lot of fans watching this. Probably.
Reggie Miller making his announcement that he's going to retire was massive news in Indianapolis. Peyton Manning was a wild one. Jim Irsay flew to pick up Peyton in his private jet, and Travis Peters and I hid in the bushes over by the old airport where Irsay would land his plane.
Yeah.
For like 2 hours as I got a tip they were coming back. And Irsay, sure enough, plane lands, they climb off. Irsay's pulling out in his Suburban drive-in, and Jimmy can't say no to an interview. Sorry, Jimmy, it's true. And Peyton's riding shotgun, and I'm yelling, Jimmy, Irsay, it's Calabro. I'm yelling. And he rolls down the window, hey, Dave. And we're rolling tape, and I said, Jimmy, you're with Peyton. Is it true? You're going to let him go? And he said, all good things must come to an end, Dave. And Peyton's over there going like this. And we're recording the whole thing. So I ran back and I was live on the air doing that.
It's
So
just stuff like that. Like, did you have fun doing this? I mean,
Oh,
there's
dude.
no way. I know it gets stressful.
What a
And
blast.
you see us on air, and
Yes.
yes, we have a great time. He's right. Sports is the toy box, and it gets stressful, but it's fun.
Here's the deal. I wasn't really great at sports. I was a really awesome tennis player, won a semi-state, and I was a decent baseball player. But this is like playing sports doing this, man. Channel 8 years ago told me that I wasn't good enough to work there. So guess what,
He's not there.
Channel 8? Yeah, we we just rocked Channel 8 for the past 32 years,
Yeah.
and same with Fox. So this is that adrenaline rush of getting that big story. I will miss that and chasing that big story and trying to break it. Anymore, though, it's even tougher. So you got your work cut out for you, buddy.
It certainly has
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
And the stories just could go on.
They
and
could. We could be
on
for
and
hours.
on
Yeah.
And on.
Yeah.
But Dave, it has been an outstanding career. And
Thanks, buddy.
I feel extremely lucky just to have been a part of it for not even 2 years.
Well-
he makes you feel like you belong. Every time you would introduce me to someone, I felt validated.
Well-
because you saw that in me.
Well,
so
you-
I really appreciate
good luck
that.
to you, my friend.
You are the man. That is Dave Calabro. I'll give you the last word.
No, I
32
don't-
years, end of the line, man.
It's all good, man. End of the line's here. So again, thank you. It's all about you, not about me. And we'll see you around town. I'm not leaving. I'm gonna be doing some volunteer work. I'm looking forward to stepping back a little bit and just kind of enjoying life, man. I may grow a beard like you.
Yeah, he needs
I might
to-
grow a beard. I might grow some long hair. You know what I mean?
possibilities are endless.
They are. So I'm looking forward to some fishing and some hunting, and I'm going to become a grandfather in February.
Yes.
So I'm going to be changing diapers and hanging out with a little man.
Yeah.
And it's good, man. God is good. I'm totally blessed, and all honor goes to God. I'm a big faith-based guy, and that's carried me through this journey a long time.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
so many people are going to miss you. He's got a busy year. He's got a son getting married.
Yeah.
And he's got a grandson on the way.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to be just fine, and he's going to be
A-
all
and-
IMS too.
I will be at the Speedway.
Yes.
A lot of people asking, so I will be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway doing track announcing, watching him run around work.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I'll
stop
try.
by the broadcast booth. I'll have cold water for you.
Absolutely. Water, right? Awesome.
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Calabro, he's the man. Thank you, everybody, and we certainly will miss you soon.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. God bless you all. See you. Happy holidays.